Hi everyone. This is Gunpreet, and she's the GSoC 2017 student for Mobile App Control Center.
Hello everyone. As GSoC 2017 has come to an end and we students are to describe our 3 months of work. So I am here to present my team's Google Summer of Code 2017 project. That's Mobile Application Control Center, abbreviated as MACC. About the Anita Borg Institute. This organization connects, inspires, and guides especially women in technology, besides supporting organizations that view technology innovation as an imperative. Sisters, I'm sorry. Yeah. Sisters and Anita Borg Institute community hosted the Peace Corps MAC project for the Google Summer of Code program. So here I am, Gunpreet Ahuja, to present my work carried out on MAC project during the GSoC period. I am currently a freshman at Concordia University in Canada, studying masters in software engineering. Why MAC? Anita Borg Institute encourages women in technology. Being a woman, I picked up this organization to make my contribution towards its betterment. MAC project itself works its bit towards the betterment of the society, helping Peace Corps volunteers to through the applications such as that of malaria prevention and first aid. Moreover, the project could enhance my technical skills as well by increasing the exposure to more of Python and Django. Now, when it comes to differentiating the actual work from that proposed, it could be said that there were not any major differences. However, the planned order of work was different. Were added while a few, not of priority, were ignored, but overall the entire project was covered without fail. To provide an instance, as planned, was to be added for individual apps list views. However, it was added simply on the dashboard page itself to enable collective search for posts. Another change involved carrying out the UI changes first against the planned task of Django upgrade. This was done to ensure mutual understanding and collaboration between me and Yatna. Team consisted of an admin Angel TN, who introduced me just right now, two mentors, Meha and Bayu, and my teammate Yatna Verma. Angel, Medha, and Yatna had already been associated with GSoC previously. Both the mentors as well as the admin assisted us equally and guided both of us throughout the GSoC project. About the project. MACC is a web application written using Python framework, that is Django. Before the start of GSoC period, MACC had a basic build-up and a simple UI to start with. The project was to be improved both in terms of user interface and code. The web application is basically targeted for Peace Corps volunteers to provide server-side support for its mobile applications, malaria, and first aid. The application makes it easy to send or edit information in the mobile applications through a set of APIs and keep the track of changes made to the content rendered. Here goes my work summary. I upgraded the Python and Django version for the project along with changing the entire code as per the latest Python Django norms, moving from function-based views to class-based views. Besides this, I improvised the user interface and integrated Bootstrap in the project. Apart from this, inline documentation, user authentication and registration via the Django All-Auth app, implementation of Bootstrap models for delayed confirmation, and peer code review are some other contributions. The tasks to be carried out were divided on weekly basis, allotting multiple weeks for challenging type tasks and time-consuming tasks, while sometimes combining two or more smaller tasks for a single week. Now, I will provide you a glimpse of each of my tasks, starting with the most prominent one, upgrading Django version. One of the major tasks for GSoC period involved the upgrade of the project from Python 2.7 and Django 1.6 to Python 3.6 and Django 1.1 respectively. All the changes in the requirements and dependencies and each error encountered during the upgrade was documented. Here is the document. It lists uh, it lists the new project dependencies, the latest requirements, the file contents, the changes to be made, the errors encountered, as well as the way to resolve them. Now, the overall code improvement. It was the second major task. It involved changing most of the project code as per the latest Python Django norms, which majorly revolves around moving from function-based views to class-based views. This resulted in the reduction of more than 50% of the code, since the class-based views require minimal code to be written. Say, we have a function-based view with 20 lines of code. The corresponding class-based view would be just 7 to 8 lines of code, which results in considerable code reduction and easier maintenance of code. The task was completed within a week and a half against the allotted time of 3 weeks. Next comes Django all-auth integration, which was a subtask of code improvement itself. The all-auth app covered user authentication and registration. As a result, the sign-up app was replaced, which led to considerable code reduction. Also, Remember Me feature was implemented in the login page using this app only. In another task, actually the first task of my GSoC period, the header of the project was finalized. Earlier, the project had a number of headers in different apps, which resulted in non-uniformity of the header on different pages. So, a single header for the entire project was generated. Here was its new look. The next task which followed was improving the user interface. This was a collaborative task during which Yatna and I designed mockups for the new user interface and implemented the changes. The only minor changes as that of changing the number or the order of the fields on the same pages while redesigning a few others. These were some of the mockups. Changing the color scheme for the application was the main focus. The final and the current look of MACC was the outcome of another task called Integrate Bootstrap and Improvise the UI task. The entire appearance of the project was affected. New color scheme, more appealing header as well as footer, new sign up, login, change password, and forget password pages, improvised edit profile view, all were the outcome of this particular task. Yet another task involved addition of search and sort features for posts. The search feature was added on the main dashboard page, which allows user to search through the various category posts. A user can either search for posts inside one of the categories, that is the malaria, get help now, safety tools, or opt for a collective search by selecting a search all option. The sort feature, on the other hand, was added on individual list view templates for each app. The posts can be sorted in ascending or descending order by one of the four options, that is the title, the author, date created, and date updated. A new requirement to implement delete confirmation pop-up was generated while working on the project. Earlier, the delete confirmation was asked for on a template that appeared on the next page. This new change was implemented with the use of Bootstrap model. Implementing revision history. It's good to keep the log of the changes done. This thought led to another requirement of adding models to contain revision history for all the posts in each app in the project. This is an example of revision history in Malaria app. Adding favicon to the project. This was a minor task that required incorporating Peace Corps logo as the favicon. Now, changing contact number as an input field. It was earlier an input field and we had to change it to text field in the list view. This was this came up as a small bug fixing task. The list of tasks doesn't end here. Contributions to the project include documentation, small UI changes such as adding timestamp to post, changing a few UI elements, and some other changes as that of allowing all characters for post description, adding image and link to revision history, functionality to change username, etc. Now that I have provided an insight into the work, it's turn for a short demo. So here we go on the main window. Beginning with the first screen that appears on running the project, that is the login page. Remember me checkbox automatically logs you in the next time you open the window. Yeah, we have a sign up page for the user over here who is not already registered. There is also a forget password page that has the provision to send email for password reset. So now, once signed in, we get a dashboard page that appears as the main screen. It has two categories, malaria and first aid. It also contains a search feature as I described it. For example, if we want to search for malaria post and type MACC here, it gives the result for the post in which MACC appears. On the other hand, if we select search all option, for example, I search something and it gives the result and displays the result as per the category of each post. Now, next, in the header, we have the logo as well as the mobile application control center name. When clicked on this, we always return back to the main dashboard page. Header also contains a logout button that asks for logout confirmation and then logs you out. And it also contains a display profile button, which displays the details of the user. It also allows to edit the profile as per the user wants. And the next comes the change password feature that allows user to change his old password. User can type the current password and add his new password. Now back to the main page, into the malaria category. There is a list view that contains all the posts. Each post can be viewed or edited, or it can be deleted. For the delete button, displays a confirmation pop-up for delete that's implemented using models. The view post also contains the revision history for the post. It creates when the post was created and when it was updated. Now, the new post button, it allows the user to create a new post. And finally, the order by, it allows for sorting of the posts, ascending or descending. Now, next comes the first aid app. In this category, we have two subcategories, Get Help Now and Safety Tools, and First Aid APIs. These Get Help Now and Safety Tool categories have the same functionality as that of malaria. Get Help Now contains a list of contacts in addition to posts. This as well. The functionality nonetheless remains the same. View, edit, and delete. Safety Tools Post has 6 different categories. The functionality here as well remains the same. If we order by title and we want it descending, these posts are ordered. Next, continuing with the presentation, The way of work. As mentioned earlier, a documentation containing all the upgraded information was created. We used Gmail for reporting our daily progress. Further, we utilized Slack for our day-to-day discussions. We employed agile methodology for the project and had weekly meetings to discuss the work completed, challenges faced, and plan the tasks for the next week. I devoted 7 to 8 hours a day on average for GSoC. All this combined effort resulted in the completion of proposed timeline by the end of second evaluation. Now these are the links to all my contributions to the project. Wrapping it up. In future, contributions can be made on MACC repository itself, which provides the installation guide as well as the contribution guide in the README that lets any newcomer easily understand and contribute to the project. The Slack channel for sisters provided in the guide itself can be used as a medium for discussion of doubts or gather more information about the project. The application is soon going to be deployed, and the Peace Corps volunteers could access it anywhere from their web browsers. Finally, I would like to express my huge gratitude to my admin, Angel Tien, who always supported and encouraged me and acquainted me with some lifetime opportunities. A special thanks to my mentors, Meera and Bayu, who helped and guided us throughout the project. Last but not the least, I am grateful to Yatna for his cooperation and teamwork. Thank you. Does anyone has any thoughts?
Well, Gunpreet, first of all, thank you for your hard work throughout summertime. It was really good to have you on the team, and you are a very effective developer on the team. So I wanted to ask you, during GSoC for the whole summer period, what did it go well, what worked well, and what didn't work well throughout the project?
Actually, everything worked well. My favorite part was receiving the guidance at each step and my enhancement of teamwork capabilities. In our project, during agile methodology, we followed formal communications that majorly acted as a replica of the actual work situation that we might be facing in our future. That was quite interesting and fascinating. Uh, the other part of the question, I didn't. I felt sometimes some tasks as challenging as time consuming, and moreover, I had to manage my studies, work, as well as the internship, the projects, everything together. It required me to shift to a proper time scheduling and utilization. So communication basically was what I felt as challenging, especially communicating with other teams, since we had projects with dependencies on one another. This often led to some miscommunications, but those were eventually resolved with your and our mentors' help. So yeah.
Awesome, thank you. That's all the questions I have.
I have a question. With working and on another student on the same project, did you have any mishaps on your repo when committing? Like, did somebody like accidentally delete somebody else's work or anything like that?
It didn't happen as such since me and Yatna were quite cooperative and we discussed our work before committing, and we had communications on daily basis. So we mostly knew of each other's work and when to commit and when not to. And even when that happened, one or the other person was there to resolve the issue. If it was in my case, I deleted some part from the other person's code, then I was the one ready to resolve it. And the same was the case with the Yatna.
That's great communication. It's good to hear. Good job.
Thank you.
Okay, if there aren't any other questions, I'll stop the broadcast then.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much, Gunpreet. Angel, did you have something?
No, I just said thank you.
Oh, okay. Thank you so much.